Oh, wow.
Because there's no place to live.
Airbnb.
So they Airbnb
This is the
and rent
one that needs to
it
get
out
signed.
with a loop. They got a contract on for it. It's 3,000. I'm not a contractor.
To get it changed. You see why?
It's a total renovation.
Oh, it does.
To reprint
Is it old?
As 4 years old.
Can you get state checks?
It's not that old. It's not so
Thank you for running out.
No, I'll sign it.
I was up there a couple months ago.
It's approved.
I had to pull
Also sign it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Well, on the back of lower price, lower contract.
Ran out the door.
We'll see.
I know.
Forgot to do that.
Oh, man. Tell me about it. Not that many away, but I get too many.
We're good here.
Too.
The other thing I need
Are we on
valuation
time?
about
We're getting close.
Yeah, that's good. It's all good.
All right, 1 minute.
Okay, what are the little notes on the mic?
All right, we're at time. Good afternoon. This is the Amherst County Service Authority Board meeting. It is June 4th at 1:30 in the afternoon. The meeting is hereby called to order. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm gonna kind of break ranks for just a second. Tim, congratulations on the safety award at the Dan French Reservoir. I thought that was a very nice thing. I'm sorry that I couldn't be in attendance. I know there's a scheduling change due to the secretary schedule. I wish I could have been there. You got great publicity on it. Nicely done, sir.
It's nice to get recognized for doing things right.
Yes, yes, it is. All right, so moving on to item number 2 is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as it is?
So moved.
All right, motion by Mr. Wade. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 is the public presentation. Mr. Castillo, you want to tee this up?
I will. Every year, the Virginia Department of Health Office of Drinking Water has various levels of awards for operational optimization and meeting certain standards. We have our district engineer, Thomas Thompson, from VDH here to make the presentation. Turn it over to you.
Like Tim said, my name is Thomas Thompson, and on behalf of the Virginia Department of Health Office of Drinking Water, I'd like to present ACSA with the Virginia Optimization Silver Award for Excellence in Filtration and Backwash. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. I'd like to have our operators come on up, kind of up front and actually receive. They did the work. I didn't do anything.
Thank you, Thomas. Hey, give it to him. He worked harder than I did.
Congratulations, you guys are doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We do appreciate it. We do try hard.
It shows the quality of the water the optimization program, there's certain thresholds of turbidity that we cannot exceed through the 12-month period. And there's certain timeframes of backwashing and bringing the filters back into service that we cannot go out of those ranges either. And with the technology that we have to come up with a silver award is outstanding.
Excellent. Excellent. That is just great. Why don't you guys get a picture of the 3 of them? Maybe we can get up on the website or something like that. Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
Make sure you're holding it up right.
1, 2, 3.
Take another one that broke.
I think you broke the now.
They did break. Get a little closer.
Okay.
There you go.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You know, this is truly an operator's award for excellence in operation. And it's really great to see our operators recognized for providing this sort of service to our citizens. So great job to the water plant operators. All right. Next item is citizen comment. I will say also, and thank you for VDH to Thomas for taking the time to come up and thank you for your support over the years. Out of the Danville field office, correct? Lexington, excuse me. All right.
We now have the good field office.
I'm biased towards Lexington myself, honestly, but
Don't know why.
maybe Drew is too a little bit. All right. Hey, thank you so much. All right, so now citizen comments, concerns, item number 4. Are there any citizen comments today?
No one has signed up.
All right, hearing none, we'll move forward. Item number 5 is the consent agenda. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. All those in favor of the voting for the consent agenda signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is action items. This is item number 6. Mr. Castillo, you want to talk about the operating capital improvement budget, please?
Okay, first of all, I want to make sure you guys got the right version. There was a version that was inadvertently put on the website, and we caught that issue yesterday. So if you've seen it since yesterday afternoon, you got everything. Okay, if you need something other than that, I can provide that for you right now. Okay. Hearing that, we'll move forward here. We have before you an operating budget for FY '25 and a capital budget for FY '25. The goals for the budgets have not changed from when we started discussing this. We're not proposing any rate increase for our customers this fiscal year at this time. We're proposing to eliminate the credit card convenience fees. We are looking at more cost-effective and customer-friendly methods of accepting payments for FY '25. We need to make sure we cover the inflation, which was 3.7 this past year. Need to increase our salaries. This budget provides a 3% COLA for all employees, then a 4% merit pool to be able to reward meritorious service over the past fiscal year, and that's based through an evaluation program. What that means is out of our total salary, there'll be 4% of the current salary will be put into a pool, and based on everyone's scores, where lower scores may not get anything, the higher scores may get more than 4%. So we are able to recognize the good service that most of our employees are giving, but we just want to make sure that we have a merit program going forward. We need to cover the cost increase of our health coverage. We received a 9% increase this year, and we have been able to offer our employees a lower cost, higher deductible program within the plans. We need to make sure we meet our debt service payments and requirements. This budget correctly separates operational cost of interest and the capital cost of principal. We need to meet the capital needs that are known. And then finally, leave some funding available to meet whatever is determined in our infrastructure master plan as to be the most immediate need for the authority. That project is scheduled to be completed early fall of '24. So that is the budget as it is. We're using our SOAR strategic goals to move this budget forward as well. Those are the goals that we have here. So with that, I am requesting approval by the board of fiscal year '25 annual operating and capital budget meets the goals that have been presented. Do you have any questions regarding any of the budget?
Before we move to a motion, why don't we have the opportunity here to ask any questions or clarifications of Mr. Castillo, then we can talk about making a motion. Do you have anything? All right. I know you've got a couple, right? No. I just want to make sure that I'm reading this correctly.
Okay.
Because last year was a half year. Right?
Correct.
So we only so our budget last year
no,
was really a
this-
6-month budget.
No, the budget we're operating under right now
Yes.
is a full 12-month
The
budget.
one that we're operating under now is full month. All right, so help me work through make sure I'm clear on the FY '24 budget column, the annual, and the difference between the annual FY '24. I was thinking that was,
That was, the annual 24 is more actual numbers
that's actual, okay.
versus the budget amount. And what that was taken from was the December, a 6-month picture, dividing by, taking the total, divided by 6, multiplying by 12.
Projecting from December for the full year.
Projecting
Okay.
from December, yep.
Okay. So our number one expense is admin and general expenses, which I assume includes all of payroll?
Includes all of our admin costs, the payroll, also includes our depreciation. It will include that depreciation this year.
And admin and general expenses includes, okay. Well, how did we get such a large jump from '24 to '25, even with a 3% cost of living and 4% merit? So that, it must be something else is in that wasn't in
There are
there.
some other issues. It's 1.25 million of depreciation that was not budgeted for previously. So that's a significant portion of that.
Yeah.
And then there are other admin costs. I know our postage and software costs have gone up, continue to go up.
Yeah, all costs have gone up.
All costs have gone up.
So you are now-
Healthcare is also included in this.
And that's that 9% increase that you mentioned. So you've got depreciation factored in the budget where it hasn't
In
been factored
in my
before.
operating budget, I have depreciation factored of 1.25 million, and it leaves me with a operating bonus of balance of $2,169.79.
Okay, so depreciation's not, I mean, it is a real cost, but it's not a cash cost.
It's a non-cash expense.
So are you planning to do a transfer into a reserve fund for maintenance with that?
I'm utilizing that as part of the revenue picture to fund our capital. There are connection charges in there. There's also some ARPA funds that need to be expended. The James River Bank Stabilization revenue, that grant, it's all part of the capital grant funding.
So that'll end up being a capital transfer?
Yep.
Okay. And even with that increase of almost $1.2 million in debt service and other increases, we're able to keep our rates the same. And we're going to end up on a net positive, I guess our net assets will be positive towards the end.
That is the plan, depending on, life, obviously, but. So that is my goal for this upcoming fiscal year. And I'm looking forward very much to working with the county's new software, so we can have a much clearer picture. That's moving along. She's
Moving.
She's sitting upright. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. But that project is moving along, and we are, as had been reported, we are to be the first department, or we're the guinea pigs.
Well, I like that, but whatever we can do to increase transparency, because we're not very transparent right now, in my opinion. We do what we're required to do by code, but I think we could be more citizen-friendly, the more transparent we can be.
Correct.
And I think then the new system will certainly help for that.
And
But-
with that more timely information, we can then make adjustments as we need to, where, either on the expense side, or you know, down the road if we need to actually increase rates.
Great. All right. Any other questions from,
Yeah, on the, under expenses for 25, for the automated meter reading project, do we anticipate that completing this fiscal year, or do we think that's going to push into next year? And do we
The
need,
current- the
do we
current-
think we need additional funds?
We should be able to get our little portion done this fiscal year. We're looking at starting the transfer middle of June
Okay,
of data and all of that. Hopefully meters get changed out quickly, or at least the meter registers, which then get the radio for technology.
and we think the 50 that we had set
Yeah,
aside
that's
for
what-
this
that's what
year is
we-
going to cover
Yep,
all that? Okay.
yes, sir.
All right.
any other questions?
That was the number we've been working with, is try and make sure we stay within
Okay.
50.
All right.
If we're ready for the motion,
And also, just so you, make sure you understand, this is our little pilot project.
Right.
To see how it's gonna work. I will tell you that every meter manufacturer in the area is circling around us, because we're the only, you know, we're still reading manually. We're- Feel like vultures sometimes, you know? But
I think this
it's
could be
good-
a-
It's a good thing.
I think it'd be a really important project for us in the
No, I do
future.
too.
And,
Make sure we get ample funds for it, so.
And
Thank you.
then when we look at doing the entire, when we see the success for this, we'll look at obtaining funding to do the entire project.
Okay. Thank you.
excellent. All right, any other questions, or we're ready for a motion?
I'll make a motion that the board adopt the proposed operating capital budget as presented, effective July 1st, 2024, for fiscal year 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Wade, for the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Yes, sir.
Operating and capital.
Operating and capital. as
Thank you.
Did I not say that?
As amended, yes.
Thank you.
So the motion is restated to be what was just said. Any discussion on the motion? All right. Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. All right, thank you, Mr. Castillo, and thank you, Stacy, for helping work through all that. I know your department was very much involved. All right. Next item. The employee recognition policy.
Yes, in supporting of our strategic plan, aspiration for workforce development, an employee recognition policy has been developed here and presented to you to provide recognition for excellent services provided by an employee for the authority and for service longevity. We've had some really long-term team members retire recently. It would be nice to be able to recognize as they go through their career. Proposing a complete the first year, you get recognition, then 5 years and 5 years after that. There's also proposing an excellence award program where team members can nominate another team member. The executive director can make a nomination. If we have customers calling in, you know, giving compliments and that sort of thing, which we do get once in a while. Not often enough, but we do get them, because our team does go out and above and beyond on a number of occasions, and it just doesn't get recognized. So if we have someone who, under 5 different categories, 1, innovation or cost savings, outstanding customer service, a can-do attitude, outstanding effort, and interdepartmental cooperation. Those are the categories that can be recognized. Twice a year, we will have, the management team will review the nominations and make an award and bring it to the board for recognition. So that is the proposed policy. I've seen it work very effectively with other organizations.
Excellent. Any questions for Mr. Castillo?
No, I think it's a great idea. so.
I'll make a motion that the ACSA Board approve the attached employee recognition policy as presented.
All right, thank you, Mr. Woods. Any discussion on the topic? Just a quick comment. I'd like to see this come back every so often because you've got the $15 per year fixed. Maybe that number needs to be tweaked over time.
I
So
agree.
just kind of keep an eye on that. That's all.
We sure.
Certainly support it. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That's a great idea, Tim. All right. Item number 7 is the informational report.
Okay, starting off with the James River Bank stabilization, surveying work has actually happened for the Phase 2 portion of our project. That survey work will be able to be utilized by the county with their trail project as well, so we're partnering with them, being able to save the county project some funding on that, and using that as a match for their grant application. So that application has been submitted. Next is the rehab extension projects. The Lakeview Drive sewer extension project is complete. We got a schedule from our pavers that middle of June, later part of June. The Delwood Drive and the driveway going into the Dixie girls softball field will be paved, so we can close those projects out this fiscal year and be done with that. I've received several positive results from residents on Campbell Street, expressing their interest for sanitary sewer service there. So we'll be looking at that area as well. As mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we had our Department of Conservation at the Graham Creek Reservoir. That project is complete. Just that day, we actually received notification from DEQ that they are closing their erosion sediment permit for the contractor, which was a long, arduous task. Fortunately, there was enough rain and enough green stuff when the DEQ went out there, they were very happy. But we had a very, very good crowd out at the reservoir with the Assistant Secretary, Natural Resources Corey Scott, and DCR Director Matt Wells, a host of dignitaries, including the county administrator. And they all made the long walk up and down the spillway. So, but it is really nice that, to be recognized for doing the right thing. I know that a lot of resources went into that. Fortunately, we received a small portion of it from DCR in a grant, but it is the right thing. Because not only is it protecting our water supply, it's protecting those individuals who live downstream, who are actually our customers also. So I thought that was a good project. Our lead and copper survey inventory, we're moving forward with that. That project is, we're physically cleaning out a number of the meters, particularly in the older sections, to see exactly what material is coming in and leaving the meter. So that's moving along. We are having a meeting here next week with the billing folks for our meter project to move that forward, as I mentioned earlier. I actually just received the first 3 chapters of our report, infrastructure report to review for comment. So that project's moving along also. And this is a newer issue, an old issue, but a new issue for the authority here, dealing with the Seminole Plaza sewer. We've had a number of meetings. I've had a number of conversations with DEQ to see if Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund can be utilized for that project. And it can, as long as the authority owns it. And then we get to the chicken or the egg. And I'm not willing to recommend to the authority that we accept that liability of that substandard system at this time. However, we do have an opportunity, working with the county, the Central Virginia Planning District has obtained a $60,000 planning grant, and to evaluate the infrastructure and housing needs for South Madison Heights area. The map is there in your package. This is going to, we're initially looking at the infrastructure portion, but we will look at a little bit of the housing, particularly in the Lakeland Circle subdivision. That is a isolated area. There's only one access. That's definitely a safety concern. There's a number of homes in there that are not on sanitary sewer. It's aging septic systems. So we'll be looking at all of that. A part of the area that's in our map is the Lakeview Drive to Delwood, and we've at least have initiated the first portion of getting sanitary sewer and improving the infrastructure there. So all of those things will be evaluated at that time. And with it being an infrastructure focus, I've volunteered to be the lead on the PER, obtaining the PER. We have a contract with Hurt and Profit we'll be utilizing. The county has one also, but being an infrastructure, we thought we should be the lead on that. The CVTC infrastructure, you authorized me to talk to CVTC back in February. Well, they finally made time to talk to us. And in their defense, it's been a moving target for them, trying to figure out what's going on with their facility. But we were able to meet. They are interested in donating the infrastructure to us. Where we are now is I'm to come up, take the maps of the system and look and highlight what is the backbone that the authority is willing to accept. All of the little spiders going out every which way, they don't serve our customers and won't serve our needs for the future. But this will allow us to be at the table and also continue to utilize a very valuable resource, I believe, in the interconnection with the city of Lynchburg. So that's where we are. And then last is really good news. Titus Dunn joined our organization on Monday. First was his hire date, but he came to work on Monday, and he came back for a day too. So that's a good thing. It's a really good hire for us, I believe. He's got some experience with utility installations, dealing with fiber and solar panels, and that's running conduit that way. But further, he has a Class A CDL. So, and that's what I have for my report. Any questions?
Questions? Just a comment. I like what you said about CVTC and the backbone of the system. Once we have a better understanding of our costs and our expenses through the new software, we'll be able to really analyze and understand what it costs us to produce water. I see a growth coming to this area, and we're gonna need to start making decisions about when is the appropriate time to expand that water plant. When not. Now I'm talking 20 years from now or so, but we need to have an understanding of when those of how to make those decisions. What are the economics of those decisions? And then maybe we could buy some time by buying water from adjoining localities in the meantime, until such point that it's not economically feasible. And that buys us time in order to do right. So this interconnection is very important.
Yeah, and having that interconnection on the, the north side, get my direction, south side of Madison Heights, and having our water supply on the north side, we will be able to meet, if there are emergencies, should our water plant have a catastrophic failure, we can still be able to supply our customers, which I think is critical for resiliency.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just the redundant water supply, and that redundancy is key. There are issues that come up with mixing water, but those can be worked through. And but I think it's a great resource, and we'll just, once we understand the finances of it, our finances and what it costs, we can make some good quality decisions moving forward. All right. Any other comments? Okay. All right. At this point, we'll go to item number 8, citizen concerns and comments. I don't think I saw anybody coming in.
Still, I think we're still commentless.
All right, thank you, sir. Item number 9, matters for members of the Service Authority Board. Ms. Woods?
Nothing today.
All right, nothing today. Okay, so I asked the last meeting that we take a moment to go into closed session. So we will do that next. I'll ask for a motion from,
All right, yeah, I'll make a motion pursuant to section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, that the ACSA Board go into closed session with the Executive Director to discuss his annual performance evaluation.
all right, any discussion on that motion?
I assume you guys will want to meet without me first.
We'll go in, yeah, we're gonna chat and then we'll
Okay,
we'll
that's
come grab you.
That's all, thank you.
And we will recess or not recess, but we'll go into the back room for this. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are in closed session. We'll return back here for when we open up.
I'll be here whenever you.
Information Act identified in the motion authorizing the closed session were heard, discussed, or considered during the closed session. Mr. Wade?
Aye.
Mr. Woods?
Aye.
Mr. Perot?
Mr. Pugh is absent, Mr. Martin is absent, chair votes aye. All right. So by recorded vote, motion passes by 3 with 2 absents. And get back to my agenda here. Yes, thank you. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.